anything but hex. What's up, y'all? Let's not talk about Kanye West. You don't want me to make fun of DXN? Formerly known as Ye. I'm calling him Kanye again. Because that man is bipolar as fuck. It is true. Just like the Ye album. He is bipolar. For sure. I'm just a normal person. I'm just a regular person. Regular person. What's up, y'all? What's up? What up, T-Law Fitness, Zen Enthusiast, Zen King, Dank. What's up, y'all? Bro, we don't have enough Zen. No, this is pure facts. You don't have enough Zen. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you don't got enough Zen today. You ain't got enough Zen tomorrow. And you definitely don't have enough Zen in the future. None of this is financial advice because none of it is real. It's all fake. Crypto is fake, bro. Ones and zeros. Anybody who thinks crypto is real, they're on a different timeline. I'm on the cyberpunk timeline. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the cyberpunk timeline, so I'm hyper focused. Let me make this a little bigger. I finally got my resolution back. I should be in 4K. Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, let me know too if the audio is off. If it's moving too slow. Okay. Because if that's the case, then yeah, maybe I do gotta figure that part out. But yeah, man, what's up, y'all? This your boy Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace to DJ / producer. I'm trying to like figure out a balance between like DJing on YouTube on this channel and streaming crypto. So might have to get 2 different cameras. That's kind of what it's feeling like. Like I don't want to mess with this one because then it gets like right now, like it's a little delayed. So I'm starting to think I got to figure it out. But you guys are here for the audio, not so much the visuals, right? The visuals will be on the screen of like charts and stuff. But today, April 24th. Oh, it's not Thursday though. My bad. It's not April 24th at all either. What the fuck? I forgot to change the calendar on my disk. There we go. April 25th, Friday. You know what I'm saying? End of the week, end of the month, and things are getting how they should be getting. Things are going how they should be going. Okay, this guy's a little too big here. Into the corner. What up, Samson? But yeah, so looking at Zen, it's looking great. Looking really good. This is Ethereum Zen. Dude, Ethereum Zen is where you learn to trade. Okay. You hold a significant bag of Zen over here, or you just observe. Because boy, oh boy, look at this floor right here. You have never seen a floor in crypto until you looked at the Zen chart, because we went underneath all-time lows and it was so undecisive. But no one's selling their Zen, you know, below 10 million because they're picking it up. That's how the game works, right? There's a lot of people here who haven't learned anything, and they continue to like relapse, go backwards, and do the same thing that they did before. So I was enjoying this dip, right? We got oversold on the RSI. This is the 4 hour. We got oversold on the RSI. And it kind of gave the vibes that like, yo, whoever's selling here, they don't like Zen. They're not here for the mission, right? They're halfway here. Not the case for some of this other stuff. Or how do I say this? Not the case for some of the other things in Zen, or people in Zen, or humans in Zen. I don't know what you want to call them. I'm saying cypherpunks. The cypherpunks in Zen don't give a fuck, because this is we ain't never seen some shit like this before. I don't look at the Zen chart. If you're following the Crypto Bro channel, if you haven't noticed yet, I only look at the Zen chart in market cap. You could look at it in price, but this is why I don't like looking at it in the price, because price don't matter. It's about the value. Like, are people holding their Zen and allowing us to see that they're here for the fair crypto, right? And there's a lot of different ways that we can see you. One of those being, again, just being a staker. So we know on Ethereum, nobody's staking. So that's not something you can use as a value kind of like metric. I mean, you just got to understand that part. Like in Zen on ETH, people don't stake it because they want to burn it. And the notion, the whales on Ethereum are old. They're like real Ethereum boomers, right? The whales on CB Zen, now that we see what's up. It's 100% effect. X burner been running for 5 days and it's doing an amazing job. It's burned. I mean, I haven't refreshed this yet. We'll hit the refresh to see if it's gone up more, but it's doing exactly what is expected from the burners, right? Like if a burner shows up and someone says, I want to burn all the Zen and make it deflationary, then yeah, they're gonna, if they know what they're doing, or if they're in the community. I have said this on many streams that the best burners are going to come from community members, because they're going to feel their own needs, right? They're the best people for the product because they understand Zen and how to pretty much corner it, because that's what it's all about. It's about cornering the crypto and getting the most out of it, right? A lot of cryptos are hard to corner because once you get to that part where you think, hey, I got a control of this thing, you know, they got a secret unlock and now everyone's dumping on your head, or they have like they have some business logic so that once you corner, you know, you're basically, you know, twerking for who knows what on the internet, right? You got some stupid ad. I saw that in I don't know, I got to pull it up, but yeah, we're like 100% moving into a weird financial state for a lot of people. One of the biggest flags is the celebrities and commercials. And it is true. A lot of A-list celebrities are doing very bad commercials. Yeah, maybe they're at the end of their career, but that's a flag that, like, yeah, they're pushing everybody where they want them to go. So to get out of that matrix, essentially, you know, you're going to have to create something new. And again, the best people to come out of the fiat system will be people who understand the product of the fiat. And crypto is full of these people because we're here for sovereignty. Those that are really coming here for that belief system, that you can own your coins. There's no middleman besides your intelligence and someone who could maybe manipulate you to do something that you don't want to do, right? So Zen has all of that inside the code. And this is why I'm starting to feel like there's really two sides of the party here. And the Zen Yin, the person that believes in Zen, the staker, the burner, the Minter, they actually control XEN right now. It's not the original boomer Ethereum user who had the ability to pretty much hold XEN down because they had more ETH than the crowd, right? XEN's a solo sport, but it's much powerful. People act as a group. That's what Zen Burner is showing us. When a bunch of Zenians group up, wild things can happen. And this is just the beginning. Like, this isn't even it clicking where everybody's like, yeah, why the fuck don't we all just group up and just push a flagship burner? Because there's going to be many types of these. DXN was one of those. Phoenix was one of those. xeNFTs was one of those. Right. And long story short, because I'm just kicking off my stream right now and I'm monologuing, XEN looks really good. And I don't like to look at it in price because it doesn't give it the real story. You'll see your RSI is like underwater and it's just slowly moving up. I mean, yeah, if you want to follow this RSI on the price chart on the weekly, you can get a feeling that we're gathering attention and it's moving pretty slow. But when you switch it over to market cap, you get a more detailed vision on what's happening here. And you could totally see from the RSI that this like sell here from February 24th until April 18th, I was already saying I expected to go down. Now it went all the way down to the original all-time low, and then it created a new one right after the 18th. And this is because there was no X1 chain. So again, in the XEN chart, you can look back and most of the downwards trends or the reversals are due to some sort of event. And most of them are related to X1. So if there's no X1 chain, everybody's supposed to sell, right? This one's a little different because it's 2025. You have XENblocks. You have validators on X1 chain. I don't even know what that's rocking right now. Let's see. What up, mind, body, and crypto? XEN ETH chart is the blueprint. What's up, face? Dropped in a couple spaces yesterday. Same shit, different day. Stay focused. Yeah, man, just keep building. So yeah, 340 validators. So this is fluctuating. People are figuring it out. But yeah, the next wave or the next phase, I think in X1 world, is like people taking chance on having a lot of validators. Because we don't even know what that looks like. And we still need people to kind of do that while it's on testnet, because it makes a lot of sense. Like, why would we want a bunch of people trying to deploy like 10 validators on mainnet? And they're like noob as fuck, right? When the that's how you know this is going to take off. When the pros start to step in, which I really feel like they're here already, but there's some more pros to come hither on X1 chain. We need some more Solana pros. Come through, Solana pros. Be first. But what I'm saying is like when you get like a group, 5 people, and each one of them know how to deploy 10 nodes, right? Now you got 50 nodes coming online between 5 people. So like if you get you keep multiplying that group of individuals, because it's only 5. Like there's billions of people on Earth. So yeah, really curious to see what the next phase of this. And then too, given X1 time to breathe, gives it the ability for people to find it, right? To come in and say, what's going on here? How can I participate? Right? And participation being making a node, getting in the XEN, mining XENblocks. Here, we'll bring up XENblocks. Hit the thumbs up. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. If you're on X, man, hit the heart or the repost. Repost your boy. Wow. Milestone. Fucking 50 50 million total blocks. That's dope. Oh, it's discard. We won't hate on them. We'll let them live. We will let them live. Let's fucking hash. $50 million XEN blocks blocked. Oh, nice. I don't tag Jack often, but he did make XENblocks, so I'll tag him there. Yeah, man, 2 hearts. Yo, go heart this up, bro. Go heart it up. But yeah, see, milestones on milestones are happening in the Zen world, so it's not really like necessary. So it's not like necessary for everybody to know what's going on. They're gonna find it in little pieces, and whatever, you know, they find or whatever interests them, there's something there for everyone. I think you have XENblocks for people who want the more Caspa feeling, the more proof of work feeling, the more, you know, I can bring value to the chain by bringing hardware to the chain, you know, and I understand now why like proof of work has to take a back seat while we work on better networks. Like proof of work is just an ideology. You know what I'm saying? It's just it was just a way to streamline the value to people who own computers at the time, right? Bitcoin had its most flawless victory in 2013 when GPU mining was introduced. Okay, that's the flawless victory, because after that you had a Vitalik Buterin with the ability to make a Bitcoin because he owned a gaming fucking computer, right? And then you had the market makers, right, that showed up in Bitcoin because it was quicker. It got quicker to get access to. GPUs pushed it to ASIC, or I mean, it pushed it to FPGC. I don't know. I always forget the one in between GPU and ASIC, because that's the one that's like you make the mod. And that's what could happen in XENblocks, like if people want to take it there. But that's what I'm saying. It's dated technology at the end of the day. You don't really build networks off of all this like moving parts, right? That's why when we look at the ideology of a network, let me close this down. When we look at like cryptos and we're looking at like who's got the best network, this is why people like Solana. This is why people like XRP. They think XRP has a good network. You'll hear that in the talks of, you know, pro XRP people. They believe that this is a good network. I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm moving at the speed of light. So yeah, Solana is the other network here, in my opinion. We have a Tron trying to get in. Tron's trying to get back in. See, Tron was before its time, and they had it. I'm not gonna lie, Justin Sun had to do a lot to get Tron to the top 10 and stay here. So don't discount Tron. It also has a lot of boomer crypto users. You know what I'm saying? So they might find their way out the weeds, but it's definitely not the next version. And then, you know, the future of crypto is in the hands of the network. And if the network can become decentralized, all right, that's the whole X1 incentive, is that we can actually decentralize the blockchain network again if we want to. Like, we don't got to. It's here now. Like, it's here for fuel the network, reap the rewards. Like, it's here for everyone to want to get into it, but they got to learn about it. They got to want it, you know? And that's kind of why, for me, I'm personally spearheading this notion, and I want to be the best. So This is why I talk about it every fucking day. Okay, but I can see from the field of competition, it's very lame, and there's not that many people to compete against. So yeah, that's why, in X1 validators, there's no way I'm competing with these people. These people are excellent. Excuse me. I could not do it. When I make a validator, it's gonna be one. Like, my validator is not gonna be what do you call it? A swarm. I won't have a swarm. But yeah, the swarms are here. You see them. They're all the Polish homies. Poland in the house. And that's what's going to be funny to watch as well is, territory competition of the X1 initiative. Right? You want to get hardware, but that's what is weird right now. The hardware is expensive. To like make an X1 node at your house, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. On top of like electricity, internet, just personal infra. But where I'm at with it is that's where we're headed. People in other countries, they can do it. And that might be that might be some people's mission in the future, Maybe you are supposed to be the nomad that travels the world and tries to find out where's the best place to put the server. We have some good ideologies, and I can tell you there's already territorial war for where to put the servers. So that's coming in the future, right? That's why I'm not really worried about tech. Tech is slowly coming in, and it's almost like they're onboarding everybody every single day by slowly introducing the crypto space now to like the masses, right? Today, there's a huge, again, SEC crypto. Let me see. Yeah. So in about an hour, they'll be having their third roundtable crypto regulation talk. So this is what's helping fuel Bitcoin right now, because people are bullish on this. And I was making a joke that like, crypto is in the hands of the Fed now, where they're gonna, if you decide to take the Bitcoin red pill, you're actually just in the hands of the government. It's like getting a loan for a car and thinking like you got a really good deal when really you're just in the hands of the car dealership. They made you think you got a good deal. Right? You could definitely do the work, find a car, buy the car, know you got the good deal. Or you could just walk into the car dealership and throw some dice on the wall with the dealer and see if the help a brother out, as they say. So I'm not hyper focused on this event to shape my portfolio. But yeah, if there's some bad news, then yeah, expect Bitcoin to like pull the fuck back. This will be sell the news event. Right now, people are pumping into the news because this is something new, right? In 2023, 24, 25, 22, whatever, we weren't having roundtables with the SEC. So this is new. This is brand new. If you don't think the cycle is broken yet, how much more new do you need? As I like pop the speakers. How much new do you need though? Like for real. Oh damn, that was what it was, I think. Was my voice kind of crazy? Let me know. I mean, people are here watching. I think I'm okay. If today's stream is a bomb, I'll fucking well. Yeah, we'll do another one on Monday. But I'm gonna get this this high quality shit figured out because I want to do it this way. But I don't want it to be moving too slow or sounding too crazy. But yeah, so long story short, again, I don't really care about what the SEC does. This is just going to push markets. Anybody following like a Wendy O, they're going to be the people hyped for this, right? In the Zen world, it doesn't really impact us. What impacts us is if Ethereum starts to take off behind Bitcoin, because it's still really deep in the liquidity webs. Like I seen Charles was talking shit about ETH. And again, they're trying to get the loose money. That's how I think of it. Like everybody who shits on ETH, they're just trying to get the stragglers in crypto that are undecided on their future. And that's easy for them to do because they have great products. Like Solana, it's easy for Solana to bag Ethereum bros because it's the future. Like theoretically, if you're an Ethereum bro and you're dissing Solana, then it's like, this is why you missed ETH at 30 cents, right? You're probably an Ethereum bro who got ETH at like 100, what was it, 275? Ethereum was at 275 forever. Everybody had a chance to get Ethereum at $275. So $1,800 Ethereum is very propped up by people who have ETH for very cheap and can live their dungeon cypherpunk life. They spend $5 a ETH a day to live, and they yield all day long with their long beards and their smelly clothes. Whereas again, Solana, it's brand new, kind of giving a notion, hey, maybe you don't need to live in a basement and smell like shit. Maybe you can live above ground with regular people because the fees are so cheap and the system and the architecture is well distributed. We need a well distributed system in order for others to connect to the network, and that's the real conversation here, right? But we are still in a layer one conversation. We've been in this conversation for a long time. We've not left this conversation. There's been a ton of stuff going on around this conversation, but it's been the money making conversation. Like if you just would have believed that Bitcoin is the ultimate layer for life, you would be up versus everything because it's never gone down. It's only gone up and to the right, like they've said. For those that were able to comprehend in 2013, 14, right, buying Bitcoin at like $100, right? That's why I'm like, yo, that narrative is dead. Those motherfuckers are in Bitcoin. Like that extra capital is in Bitcoin. We are 100% twerking for the VCs. And that's why I think ETH it's unfortunate, right? It's like, damn, Ethereum could have been everything, but it is way too VC fragmented. But they're not going to let ETH die because that's what boards do, right? They're not going to let the company die. They'll figure it out. They'll cut some fat. They'll merge some departments, and it will kick. But that's why, it opened up the playbook. Who's coming next? Because ETH is ETH. It's not in the race. It's a bar. So who can reach 1,800 and beyond? And I think that comes with a very large network of users, more than a network of business suits. Suits won't get you too far in crypto because ETH is that, right? So we got the real cypherpunk coin, the like 80s Nintendo cartridge feeling. Like you look at Bitcoin, you literally see I love the 80s. And then you look at Ethereum and you see the I love the 90s. So what is the 2000s in this crypto space of innovation, right? I don't see it being XRP. XRP is way too old. Boy, that's just from the 80s. We're done with that. BNB is behind Ethereum because the real decentralization is on ETH. So Solana is just fitting to slide right up here into the third and then meet the bar, which is going to be ETH. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about, Can Solana flip Ethereum while Ethereum holds its value? I believe it could. That is something I 100% believe Solana can do, because I think ETH is for extracting value way more than Solana. Solana has like a recycling system. In ETH, we all are just recycling, or we're all just extracting value however we can. That's like the dominant user in Ethereum. In Solana, they actually build communities and hold them together, and they move the communities around. Like you can see this just from, I mean, it's just unfortunate. So the unfortunate thing about Solana is all the communities are racist, because that's what stays together. Because it's weird. It's weird. It needs to be studied. There needs to be more books about the psychology of the trenches in crypto, because people act like not themselves. It's like all avatar based behaviors where you can, you know, these people would never do this shit if they had to put their face out there. And it's a part of the internet. It's the 4chan culture. It's the Reddit culture. I think it's more of a stream of consciousness. And that stream of internet consciousness, it likes to bake itself where it can be accessed in like a gated concept. So we don't really have that in Zen, because we're like hyper focused on ethics, and ethics is, again, fundamentals. So there's chaos, but it's controlled, right? We put order over the chaos in Zen. But like Solana, in order to get people to really get into it, they kind of let chaos go crazy. So you get the retardios, and you get like all that other shit that comes along with it, because that's how the people over there know how to move markets. Because the market that they built a 4chan market, right? And it totally said it himself. Who would have known memes would become, economical security? And I'm still under the belief that, memes are sick. This is where cults can be built, because again, it's about holding the token, and that's a piece of crypto that helped build Bitcoin. People just holding the crypto helped Bitcoin rise in price. So you can put that in a meme and package it and sell it as a Yakub or a Retardio or whatever else you want to package it as. Man, this was one of the funnest ones. This shit is still around. 7.7 million. $1 to $1, boy. $1 to $1. We need to get this one back. What up, Lou? Extract to X1. That's essentially what we're doing. See what Zen is doing. See what we're about to extract from Solana too, which is gonna be epic. Because again, Solana doesn't have ethics or fundamentals. It's chaotic, and that's why they can't get Fire Dancer out. That's kind of how my head is right now, where I'm like, why aren't there more stacks out in Solana if they got the speed of light? But again, developers, there's a lot of people in development, I think, that aren't artistic, so they don't really think outside the functions laws. There's a few people who step in and then they go Albert Einstein on the mathematics, and then something crazy comes out. Now we're gonna probably see more of this because of AI. More artistic thinkers can come into development and push the boundaries on innovation. So it's gonna happen a lot faster too. Right, that's kind of how I think of Pump Fun. Pump Fun enabled a lot of people to create different ideas without having to get a dev. So now you get a lot of craziness, and it's like, it's just like if you give a baby a crayon and a white wall, they're gonna go and draw crazy all over it, because that's just what their brain comprehends once they strike and see a new object created, right? So like we're in the same kind of like behavioral space in crypto, where if we make a strike and it sparks, we might keep fucking hitting it until it's a full-blown fire. And this is all, again, because of access to some sort of new function. All Pump Fun did was allow people to make an autism coin. That's it. You could have done that already from the CLI, but You know, it ain't fun doing it by yourself, right? Pump fun is much funner when there's a bunch of people in the group or in the pool sending out the pump funds, and you can spread it out. So now I think we've moved into this new arena of creation and artistic approaches to everything. But again, you still need fundamentals and ethics so you can explain yourself to like everyone. And that's kind of where it's been the hardest. No one really can make something they can explain. And X1 is that. Like Fire Dancer is a client, but it's not like something you can really explain because it has nothing to do with people. It's 100% for NASDAQ trading hedge funds so that they can get the speed of light away from everyone else, right? It's a private client. Fire Dancer is private. X1 is public. Fire Dancer is not a layer 1, but it is a layer 1. Whatever. That's how the private institution likes to think. They're just a client. We are a cluster, right? We have an X1 SVM cluster with this motion or this notion to become Nakamoto coefficient and be the best one of them all in all of crypto using the SVM engine, or as I like to think in development, like their library, so that that way you can speed up the dev. The dev doesn't have to think about all this extra shit to create. They can just be like, you know what? I'm autistic. I want autism coin. Boom. Autism coin. I got clout. I'm going to go tell people to go buy my coin. Right, man. October 2024 was an amazing time for memes. We got to bring that shit back. I think memes are on the horizon though. So don't sleep on the memes on Solana, and they'll probably go off on Base, because Base is like the trust fund kid in crypto right now. Like they're 100% the trust fund kid, and the, you know, like in the party and shit, like the trust fund kid that's gonna throw the mansion party and invite everybody just so they can be like, yo, I don't care who comes, you know, just anybody can come, because if it's just me, if it's just us, it's just us, you know. Open it to the public. If it's just us, it's just us. But yeah, that's Base right now. It's just them, and they're trying to figure it out. But it's a flop. I'm glad that there's an exit for CBZen. Right? CBZen on Base is not stuck here. You could totally burn it, put it through the XBurn portal, and send that shit to X1 chain. Or you can again hang out over here and speculate you know, with the Base, because I think Base is gonna do its thing. They might be around for 4 to 5 years before they give up. You know, and again, my whole thought on the Base thing is it's a way for Coinbase to move assets to on chain, so they don't have to have so much risk. Like imagine if Coinbase moved most of the risk assets on chain behind vaults. Like, fuck. Like, whoa. Like, yo, that's crazy. Like that's actually that's why I'm like, oh, Coinbase they are so ahead of everybody. They're literally the Apple in this shit. Actually I shouldn't say Apple. They're like who is Coinbase like actually? Because Coinbase is different. They handle payments, and they handle accounts. They have an array of products. Like it is a big mind. It's like I guess it's kind of like a Facebook more than it is an Apple. Yeah, it's like a Facebook, because there's so many pieces to it. And that's why I question how they're going to do the blockchain thing, because this is about culture, and they're trying to make culture, and you can't really make culture in crypto, in my opinion. I think you need to let the sparks fly. You know, I think you need to let the spark turn in to a brush fire, so then that way you know it started from a good place and it can keep going on and on. But when you just drop, or when you have no destination and you're trying to repeat a spark. Like you trying to reanimate this thing that no one cares, like it's already happened. You're less likely to do it. And that's kind of why I'm hyped that we got X burner out now, because I think eventually people will start to understand it the way I see it and how Tree sees it, is that like you can't really wait around and burn, because we're in a layer 1 battle and Zen is attached to a layer 1. So the magnitude of interest when it's finally eligible for explanation, because there's a reason they're not talking about it. Like Jack, we've just seen it last week. Jack had the whole world looking at him. All he had to say was, yeah, start getting some Zen tokens right now, and you can burn them for X1 chain. The more you burn, the more you get, right? And then what happens is people go, oh shit, I need to go pick up this coin so I can start burning. But that's just it. Right now, there is no burners because there's no developers, because there's nobody in Zen. So this woke me up heavy. I'm hella woke in Zen. Y'all should be woke too if you're rocking with your boy, because this is where it's just us. It's just us. How many people are here? 21 people. Shout out to all of y'all. But it's just us. There's not 500 people here. There's not even 200 people here. It's just us. And what's fun about this is we have all the coins. We got all of the coins. You actually still have access to get all of the coins. But I mean, maybe you won't, because you'll keep thinking, like, this is the behavior I just don't understand in Zen, where it's like some people have a thought and then they hang on to this thought, but they never actually advance the thought while time is advancing. So here's the advanced version of why you need to be burning today. As more people genuinely realize that they don't have enough Zen, because X burner is showing this to a lot of people right now. I have Zen, but I don't have 52 trillion Zen. Right? This is the power of the group burn. So I've joked about it, like, oh yeah, you can make your own burner using GPT. It's accessible information now. You can go drop the contract in and say, build me a website with Wallet Connect so I can burn my own Zen at 100% and not give anybody, no middleman between me and X1. And then GPT will be like, here's your burner, right? So that level of arrogance I'm saying nowadays, because the ego on that is crazy. Like, oh wow, you have so much Zen, you don't need to participate and get a little bonus. Like, whoa, you must live on a house on a hill with hella high walls. Like, you must be super rich. Wow, solo burner, right? That's isn't that kind of like the feeling you get from people who are like, I'm waiting for Jack's burner. It's like, wow, your Zen is that precious that one man is gonna change the Zen in your mind, because in reality it's just Zen. The Zen today is gonna be the same Zen when Jack says this is how we're gonna do it. And that's what's mad funny about like pricing in the speculation, because you don't have enough. If that hasn't happened yet and people have already burned 52 trillion on CB Zen, and then you can go and use ZenPub. He has a little dashboard here for burn. So like we could look at like we'll look at Ethereum, for instance. It kind of puts it into a better perspective. Now that we're here, we've got every element. You can stake it, or you can make it, you can stake it, and now you can burn it. I think the problem with DBZen was that you had to put up Ethereum and you had to increase the risk. So it took away from the exchange. So, again, we took that risk of putting up your ETH, and instead of putting up ETH for X burn, you just need to split it 80-20, right? 20% goes to the protocol, 80% goes to your burn records for X1 chain, right? And you get the X burner kind of placeholder for burning your XEN, right? The placeholder for burning your XEN will take on many different shapes. That's why people were attracted to DXN, because the placeholder gave you Ethereum. So it's like, oh, okay, now you just need to figure that part out when you're ready for it. Because I don't really know if that's what, I mean, that's the feedback loop for sure. And we'll see where it can get. We'll see where it goes. Like, time will tell, you know. I'm like worried about it, the ETH thing, because like I don't know how that's really public. Once you do the ETH thing, you enter like uncontrollable chaos. Like there's no control of that, and there's like, you know, that's like the end game. But maybe like with time, you can do the ETH thing with the placeholder burn token, because time is allowing you to do it. I think that's like much better than like forcing it artistically, you know, on some artistic architecture. How much XEN got burned on Phoenix? Bro, not enough. So like, look, if we take this off, so you can see 95% of the supply is not burned. But XENpub doesn't he doesn't include the solo burners, but that's why, you know, like the solo burning of XEN is not a thing. It's not like it's gonna damage it. Like whoever is solo burning maybe has 0.01% of the supply or something. 0.1% of the supply. They're gonna burn it all. Whoa, you know, like, wow, that's crazy, you know. But at the end of the day, that's not what's gonna impact price. Group burning is gonna impact XEN price way more than a one-person burner. And that's why anybody who's really promoting one-person burning, they got the wrong grasp on it. They don't really understand, or they haven't done it before, and they're just talking out their ass. Like, you know what I mean? They never really burn by themselves to see how boring it is. And then to be like, oh shit, I ain't got the XEN now. Now I gotta go buy some XEN and join a gang so I can amp my performance. Right? Community will always drive it higher. Or your experience. So like you can see here on the Ethereum, like only 12 trillion XEN has been burned. So like the attention is where I'm at with it. If we take 1 trillion and 5,000 people show up to split up the trillion, now that's not that much XEN. There ain't that much XEN, bro. Like you can't have an abrupt amount of individuals show the fuck up and just believe that it's gonna be, you're gonna be able to get more, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna just be able to get more XEN because everyone shows up and I'm rich now. I'm gonna be able to sell my XEN into this artificial pump of speculation, and then I'm gonna buy it lower so I can get more XEN to burn it for higher X1 rewards. Like, where does that make any sense? I'm still trying to figure that one out, and how people can come to that conclusion. The only thing I see them, or the only way they make that shit make sense, is when they bring it to the, like, I'm burning for myself. I'm waiting for Jack. I'm burning for me. Then that's why I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what you are doing. You're waiting for yourself, and then you're making kind of like everyone else think they should wait for themselves when they don't got enough. Because they're not on the same level of how do you say this, exposure, right? Because if you're not mining XEN, you don't know this, but like the people with the best exposure are the mentors. So they don't give a fuck. They can hold this narrative for so long, and it's hella crazy because that's congratulations shit. Like, yeah, man, you really held your XEN this whole time, like, you know. But X1 is really close, and you are the only person not moving. Like we're officially where there's a bunch of rocks at the bottom of this barrel, and they've got all the XEN and they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there. And then the market makers can rotate all day on them because they'll just keep buying while the price is going down. Right? This turn of events in XEN right here is because we finally have supply not here. Like it's not in existence, because we have to live life through these VMUs that weren't created last year, right? All these, this is a very low time, like it, compared to where we are right now, all this speculation, man, people were making, like, look at this. One day there was, let's say 700 and something, 450. So there's a lot of missing inflation too. Cause you know, if G ranks are pumping, I guess actually, never mind. I guess these people should have a good amount because this herd came. It's this group of mentors that is not going to have a lot of Zen coming out like this group of mentors. And that's how, and that's why I get like this group of mentors didn't get as much Zen as this group of mentors. And this group of mentors, if they were burning, they got the most burn because they were getting the most Zen before everyone else at the cheapest price. Right. So that's why, yo, if you're a mentor, you're winning. But if you're just starting now, zero, you've got 10 billion Zen and your mints don't come out until fucking 100 days. You are at zero. Right. The only way you're not at zero is if you have a mint coming. So if you got a mint coming today, you're not at zero. If you get a mint coming tomorrow, you're not at zero. And a mint the next day, a mint the next day. Right. That's why I got into staking on CBZen, because I need to have some sort of Zen action daily. Because if I'm not moving, then the network is dead. We've learned this whole time. This is what the whole game is about. Stay moving. So, yeah, like eventually people will catch on to this. On CBZen, the funniest thing is that everyone is caught on. They keep popping the G rank. This shit is going to work, y'all. This shit is going to work. They're going to be hella mad at us that we're making G ranks and we have the ability to cash out for $2 if we want to. Like, that's so powerful. Like, imagine you're just sitting on, well, right now it's $2. I think it's like what you're getting. Let me see. On my 500s, where I have 500 days. Let me see how much on those ones are. When's my stake end actually? Oh, 4 p.m. Damn, I'm back on CP time. What up, Tree City West? I just posted one person burning meme or burn Zen Twitter. Wait, burn Zen Twitter. Hold on, I gotta read that again. I just want to see something here real quick. I just posted one person burning meme on burn Zen Twitter. Oh, okay, the one person burning meme. I hear you. What's up, Downtown Clark? Wouldn't you never know? My bad. I just be saying shit on here. Watch out. I hope y'all have mints in 2026. Yo, that's what, yo, I mean, a lot of people don't get it, so they probably don't. I mean, I won't lie. I slow down. Cause I mean, I make a lot of content. So I am also hoping that, you know, time is on my side and I can, like, I'm fortunate where I make some money off of Zen and then I can get some Zen, but I'm gambling with that by not minting every day. I think about that shit all the time. I'm like, man, I'm over here gambling with my life. I'm gambling with my life. But yeah, and then also too, what I'm saying is the zen.com is showing me a lot. Like, what the fuck? Why isn't this showing anything? It's because I didn't load the page before I started streaming. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna let it load. I have hella xeNFTs, so it takes some time. I need to split up my wallet, but I don't give a fuck. But yeah, you see, these are my ones that are coming out 100 days on CBZen. We're all in the same boat, because if you're like me, which I know there's a lot of people around, because we all started to understand it last June. Like, last June is when it really clicked for me that I'm late and that I should have been minting and never listening to anyone. Should have just been holding my Zen and staking it. But really, that's like if you have a little bit. If you had the knowledge from the past, actually, never mind. Those dudes are all whales, because now is the cheapest time to mint, stake, and burn. In the beginning of Zen, it was the most expensive, and that's why we have the levels of supply we have today, because there was a resistance of Zen coming out at the end of a bull market, but at the beginning of $73,000 Bitcoin, right? So it's pretty nuts, like how in between this object has been. And and how you've had to play it. Like, that's why, yo, I had to quit the whole thing, bro. I used to be in way too many Telegram groups, and that's why I summarized all of my shit down to just Zen last year, or maybe it was 2023. I think 2023 is when I stopped talking about anything but Zen. If it's not about Zen, I don't give a fuck about it. Yeah, 2023. I'm about 2 years into everyday study. Because everything else is kind of boring. It's not moving. That's the theory of crypto. If it doesn't move, it's gonna get stale. If it gets stale, people are gonna sell. Right? That's the problem with all meme coins, is that people sell their meme coin when it's boring. You know, and if you're not there early, then you're gonna be essentially buying the bag, and now all memes go up and go down because everybody gets it. Only a few, which again Solana has shown, can build a cult, and the cult can maintain the price performance and try to, you know, drive the price performance until the narratives come back. Right? It's like keeping a TV show on live, on air, in hopes to, like, that's kind of how I think of like Saturday Night Live. Like, Saturday Night Live is a perfect example of a TV show that tries to, or if the trend died, it dies, and they try to revamp themselves as much as they can to like maintain the trend, and that's why it keeps going. So that's what works. Mixtape culture is, like, it's good for this too. Like music, like just keep making music every day, and then you'll literally, something will come out of it. Same with, like, I guess crypto's the same. Yeah. Everything is like that. Whatever, keep it in motion, boy. Stay in motion. Don't get stale. But yeah, you'll see these 2026 500 VMU. I had to step down actually because the gas was getting too hard. So I have 45, but yeah, 15 billion Zen. How much is that? $7. So you could turn 18 cents into $7. It might be a little bit more right now, depending on the gas, but it's somewhere around that, like 18, 20, 30 cents. If you wait 500 days, it's going to be $7. And this is why I do believe there needs to be a heartbreak in crypto, and the Zenians are going to lead this break. They're going to be so heartbroken that we are in such happiness, right? And what is going to happen is they won't have the mints. They are still catting right now. There's a few people that caught on, and that's why I could see the group is growing, but it's not like where I want to see it, where it dies. So you see, we get a little bit of attention, and then slowly these C ranks per day, they fall off, because that's the nature of Zen. Not everybody got ETH the mint every day, unless there's someone there, right? We have to build these products that keep people making C ranks every day. If we don't build these products, then they won't make C ranks, and yeah, the Zen will get stale, and nobody will come and play with it, I guess. CBZ is the perfect example of what happens if it never gets stale. Now that we have a burner over there, and the burner is going to grow, there's going to be some things that happen, right? So we can see it's getting a little staley over here, but I think it's more strategy than it is like on Ethereum, where people are just dead ass bored. like, yo, this shit is floored out over here on the C rank. Like, y'all are bored of ETH Zen because gas goes up to 3. Oh, I can't get the cheapest Zen anymore. I don't mint Zen. It's 3 Gwei. Like, bro, this shit was like 50 Gwei. What the fuck? That's how I know motherfuckers on ETH don't like Zen. Right? That's why, yo, I just hold Zen ETH, because no one's going to make it anymore. It's not going to be like CB Zen, where people are making it in mass. And that's the problem with Ethereum Zen, and why you should bail, in my personal opinion, because it's going to get stale. The only game it's going to play is X1 game. And who's to say, like, you know, they're going to try to bring that virus to CB Zen, but I don't think you get to be, I think Zen is a moving cluster. So you can discover something on one chain, but you need to be part of that discovery on the other chain in order to be in that little cluster. So people who aren't burning on XBurner right now, getting the experience, you're not in the cluster. If you're just watching it and you're watching number go up and you dead ass have not burned any Zen like multiple times, you have no clue what's going on right now. That's why I'm like, oh shit, that's why this is going up so fast. And in the XBurner chat, you can already see like none of us have enough. Some people have burned the amount of Zen that I have, and I know that they're the mentors. So this is their type of dApp. If you're the mentor, XBurner is your type of dApp because you control it. Like, it's actually the inflation you can control because no one has more Zen than you, right? It's like, oh, they got to step in and have more than me. But then that's where it's like, proceed with caution, because maybe you want to make your own Zen dApp. So, don't burn it all in the public space, because this is very public and a community is going to build this up. Maybe you do want to, again, make a private rail to X1 because you just don't want people to see you, which is fine. That's encouraged. Yeah, private burning, privacy, private burning. Oh my God. I can see it now though. Can't y'all see it too? Like, people being like, I'm not burning over there. I burn in private. I burn behind closed doors. Zen is boring. Please dump it for XRP. Time to buy and provide liquidity. What up, Parfetta? That is true though. It is time to buy and provide liquidity, because that's what I'm essentially getting at. If you're not minting the Zen, you don't have enough. So that means that you should be playing crypto. You should not be trying to play a Zenian game, because we've lapped you. And if you want to join the party, so be it. Get 1 trillion and you totally can join the party with us. That's probably on average how much somebody has minted. On Ethereum Zen, I think they would have gotten at least 1 trillion, because on CB Zen, them motherfuckers got like 10 trillion from the mint. I mean, I'm keeping it humble. Some people got like 60. That's why some people had remember like somebody bought off 60 trillion from the DEX. I feel like they did that because then they staked it, and I was like, oh, see, this person must be a mentor, and they see this is the only opportunity to get this position, because you're battling yourself because you didn't take the time to take the mints. So every time you go to buy, you are your own difficulty. You're your next enemy because you don't have enough. So every time you go to buy, you're like, how am I going to eat tomorrow? Because I got to buy again tomorrow. So Zen's already got that shit locked in. It's going to go parabolic. And that's why I think some people will, if you are going to provide liquidity, be smart about it. Because yeah, if it goes parabolic and you lose all your Zen coins because you're providing liquidity, do it correctly. Follow Crypto Parfetta and learn that shit. That's why, again, I like XBurner right now for this reason. On XBurn, our liquidity is getting really deep, no homo, with the fire token. Where's my base shitters? Here it is. So yeah, the liquidity on XBurn is growing. We're up to $16,000 market cap. This thing started at $300, y'all. $300. And it was funny to watch somebody show up, dump it right after they burned it. They dumped it right back into CBZen. Then they started the cycle with burning. So again, it's every time you see a dump, it's someone burning a lot of CBZen for XBurner, and then they instantly dump the XBurn for CBZen, and then they burn it again. And this is what we wanted. We wanted think of it this way too. If XBurner gets really big in liquidity with CBZen, right? Like, just because like it's its sidekick. Whether they go hand in hand. This is the emission burn point, or I guess you could say it's like a predictional burn point, because you can always buy the XBurner and get the CBZen. If that makes any sense. Like, if you're out in the world in Baseland and somebody's like, oh, all I got is these XBurn tokens, you could actually take them and be like, fuck it, yeah, give me those. I'll turn them into CBZen and burn them and go to X1 chain, because there's always going to be liquidity in this pool. So you'll always be able to at least get the fuck out of some situation. So yeah, this is a brand new experiment, so definitely proceed with caution. But the only way I see this experiment becoming tighter, or how do you say, like, you know, more stable, is lessening or increasing the amount of risk. So instead of you doing, like right here, we have 20/80, 20% to the protocol to figure it out, and then 80% to X1 chain. So if that 20% really figures itself the fuck out, right? The only way to jump above that for X burner as competition would be to increase the 20% to 30, to 40, to 50. But then the risk becomes higher because you're taking away from the user. Because now they're losing, you know, again, they're not getting 80%, they're getting 50%. So you need to really offer them a product, in my personal opinion, that offers that increase of tax, essentially. Like, why are you increasing the tax? Like, what are you going to do with the Zen? Those should all be questions people ask. Because I think Xburn is working already. It's a glimpse into the future. This can definitely rise with CBZen, and if CBZen has $100,000 market cap, what's stopping this from having $100,000 market cap? And it has less coins. It will always have less coins than CBZen. So yeah, this is really, really bullish, but I can understand how people are proceeding with caution. So definitely keep doing your game. Don't FOMO, you know, let it tell time, right? 52 trillion is telling us a lot. And if you've already burned, now you get it. And I have my little cycle that I'm doing. Like I was saying, my strategy is mint into the future. So you have Zen coming in, but then for the present, you need to have a stake. Gotta have a stake with a good amount, so you're yielding a good amount. Right now, it's the earliest. It's gonna be a year from now, and this is 14%. It's gonna be around 7%. Should get cut in half. So you won't be yielding 1 billion tokens a day if you have this. And that's why everybody who's getting exposed to Zen, you have to keep exposing yourself or you will fall behind, right? The Zenians run the race, not the narrative. The narratives are what we sell to people. Just like Bitcoin. Like in Bitcoin, they sell fucking narratives, but the holders, they winning if you hold that Bitcoin. Mixtapes equals mixtape after an album after 7 years. Hey, that is true. Mixtapes do turn into albums. Mixtapes turn into albums. Look at we're not here on the burner chart, but you can see that the liquid supply has gone down significantly on base chain. That's an X burn. Yeah, up to 43 trillion with the other brands, and then 52. See, the X burner has outburned everything on CBZen already. So this is kind of how, again, I'm saying the Zenians control X1 chain, because the only way you're gonna get more CBZen now than someone who has been holding every mint that they've made, minting every single day, buying and staking the lows. That is your competition, and they're stacked. They're fucking stacked on CBZen. And this is the special piece to the ingredient. It's literally just waiting for people to start shilling it. Like if people start shilling CBZen, it will explode. And then if you start telling people, yeah, in 7 months from now, or my bad, in a year from now, you'll have if you make mints, you'll have $7 for every mint you make. Like it's gonna blow the fuck up. It would take over base chain. They might have to shut it down, but the damage will be done, because that's what will spread like wildfire, people's opportunity costs. And then again, if you buy Zen now and stake it, you can just sell the yield And that's why I think yield, like a billion should be going for at least $10 on base chain. Like the fact 1 billion is only going for 70 cents is kind of disrespectful, but it holds it into a good perspective. Because again, I could be selling this 1 billion back into the pool and making 71 cents a day. But instead of like farming Ethereum, you know, for like pennies, basically 71 cents worth of Ethereum, you know, I roll that back in and then I spend sub-zero transaction fees to recreate Zen, because I have Zen and Zen is the power, right? This shit is nuts, man. You can't really do this on Ethereum because every transaction costs money. On base chain, transactions don't cost. It's just like being on Solana. You can have $2 of Ethereum and you can do anything you want to fucking do, right? You could take $2. I bet you could take a $2 challenge with base chain. I don't really know how you're going to design it, but type it into GPT. Maybe they can think of something for you. Make your challenge. But yeah, that's like, I guess that's all I got for today. I hope the audio was fine and the, what do you call it? The video doesn't stutter too much. I'm like, what am I worried about going on in the background over there? Cause it's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit to do. So you might as well monitor the markets. Again, like, I'm about to wrap this up, but Bitcoin, it's hitting resistance at 95. If we put some spooky numbers on it, we're going reverse right now with the gematria. Oh, I am a vampire. Gematria. But this is something kind of like what I was thinking about. Was like, I was like, yo, if this thing might go in reverse. So what is it? Monday the 28th. We have 77 and then 118. I don't know. I'm just looking at these shits. 13. What's in 13 land? We got 91. That's not a good number. I don't want to see that. I mean, 118 sounds way too much, but people are putting a lot of pressure on Bitcoin. Pretty much how I'm thinking about it is, why do they keep playing with Bitcoin? And when does Bitcoin become what it's supposed to be, which is a store of value for the dollar? We know the world is crashing. They keep wanting to include Bitcoin in the crash. And that's kind of where the speculation lives. If Bitcoin doesn't live with the crash, then it becomes the next asset class. If Bitcoin lives with the crash, then we have a few more months or years of still building out the thesis that Bitcoin is better than the dollar, right? But I mean, I really do think it, you know, I'm not going back to fiat. Do I trust the bankers? Hell no. Do I know the window is closing, like the window of opportunity is really closing? Yeah, right? I mean, today, again, SEC is getting ready to talk about it, right? I guess this is the link right here. A happy weekend. You cooking a space? You're gonna cook a space later? I might jump into space. I'm gonna DJ again. I like DJing on the internet. It's fun. It's fun. But yeah, I think the SEC is on our side. So this is something that's never happened before. People are saying the cycle is broken. So I do think it's time for something new, and 100K is a good floor to build the next version of Bitcoin. But it's gonna need to get up and beyond that and really go and give us something tasty. So I have some, you know, a few things here where I'm like, what are tasty numbers for Bitcoin? So like, I want to see like 130. 250,000. Like, these are very hopium numbers, but just like how I said in the past, right here, if we look at the days on Bit, what did I say before, right? $84,000 is going to be an extremely important area because of the number. 95 is actually a really big number in a psychological world because it's 5 below 100. So it's positive, like it's greater than the least amount, but it's less than 100K, right, or 100. So it's a really crazy psychological number where people get bullish and they start making moves because they feel the FOMO. 84, this is a spiritual number. If you don't know the spirits around the 8 and the 4, or how, like, you know, again, 4 is bad but 8 is good. It's like weird. It's a weird balance. So yeah, that's kind of why, again, 84, it had to keep showing up because it's like a balance number outside of 69. 69 is like the regular balance number, but yeah, 8 and 4, they go against each other. And they bring balance, right? 8 is right before 9 and 4 is right before 5. I don't know. You got to talk to numerology and spiritual people why the fuck it's that way. But if you can understand what I'm saying, it's balance. So that's why we hung out there for so long and we played around in the zone. And that's why it was easy for me to say in the past, if Bitcoin wants to get out of this range, it needs to get up out of here. Like, bow, like it passed 73 and then it passed 84 and then we got choppy. Then we got questionable, you know? So I think we're in a really good zone. I think the market is very positive. I don't believe people want to go back to fiat. And I see, you know, systems wanting to come online, and they all can only do it if Bitcoin goes up. And if you can get Bitcoin right now at $95,000, it goes up and beyond, you know, let's say 130K. And then it came down and it traded at 100K until the end of the year. People would be fine with that. I think ordinals will start up again. Shit, the ordinals community damn near was dancing on the grave of Clone X. I was like, damn, they messed up for that shit because it's hella expensive to put something on Bitcoin. How are you gonna make fun of somebody because their Cloudflare went down? I mean, that's pretty dumb on their part, but then they paid the Cloudflare and it went back up. So they paid the bill. The lights are back on. If you didn't know, Clone X is back online. You still have some NFTs as I start talking about NFTs. I'm telling you, no more than 5 years in Zen Moons. It's ass to the world. I give it less than that, man. I think Zen Moons right now, I don't see people selling. I don't see any of the whales giving up because they're too deep in the game. And again, the math doesn't make any sense. The math is starting to say that Jack Levin is telling you that you need to, your Zen exposure is your X1 exposure. So if you were exposed to Zen and sold the coins and didn't burn them, you lessen your exposure. So you technically never gave yourself a chance. You should have held those coins and never sold them. You should have burned them when you had them, essentially. Right? Or stake them so you can make more of them so you can burn more of them, right? So yeah, that's why I don't really see it going down on any chain as long as there's a healthy core of Zenians. Again, it's easy to believe in it's easy to believe in base chain because you can feel that it's different over here. You can just feel it. Every other Zen doesn't really have this feeling. You know, I gotta feel it. Right. I know the P.o.P got a little bit, but they still waking up to staking. It feels like they just waking up to staking. We'll see what they do. I don't know. I don't really I don't have the P.o.P fucking forecast because I don't hold post chain. But they are up here. I mean, yo, the bot might be loving P.o.P because there's so much inflation. Right. As more tokens are made, it's easier for the market cap to go up. So it's easier for bots to trade and make, volume. Good for people sitting in the liquidity pools to get fees. So yeah, another thing I'm very curious, like when is Pulse-Chain gonna get their liquidity up? Because if there's nobody in the liquidity pool, then the fees just go to the AMA. Liquidity wise, XEN coming in number 2, 20,000. XEN and solXEN both at 17K, and then XEN at 9. So again, that's why I'm like, yo, XEN is on the radar for sure. So everybody get you some XEN. If you ain't got none already, you should have been already had some. And you know what's funny is like, and I'm gonna get up out of here. What's gonna be funny is XEN is gonna run when there's a burner because it finally exists. And like that's what's making you wait to get involved. Like to see that happen. Like that shit is kind of funny to me. That shit is like, it's literally cracking me up inside that there's a ton of Xenians that are looking at this chart and they're saying, you know what? This chart is going to go up when a burner is launched, but I'm just going to wait for the burner to be launched. People, I mean, I wish we could relive this on CBSM, but we're in full flight right now. That was like way back here. I think people realized there was going to be burners here when we had this last dip, because we haven't gone back down there. 69,000, and that sounds insane with X burner on CBSN now. Like imagine the market cap just losing half of its value. Like where did it go? Is there no X1 chain? Right? Did someone unstake and just sell and just like exit CBSN and nobody was there to pick up the cheap CBSN to rebalance the chart? Free burn points because someone just decided to quit. Like they didn't know what's going on. I mean, that's what it would be. Like if someone just unstaked all their CBSN right now and sold it and the fully diluted and the market cap went to $69,000, you'd have literally a few seconds to throw $1,000 back in just to get a little bit of that. Like, and that's what I mean. Like that buy pressure on something like that is insane. For someone to do that, they literally are just holding coins and they don't have access to crypto, bro, and they're listening to somebody else that's like, yeah, sell your 200 billion in. I mean, not 200 billion, but yeah, it would have to be somebody with like 20 trillion or some shit like that to like match this. You need like 18 trillion, and that's less likely unless someone quit. And then they would just be giving it again to quit now after this X burner thing is on. I'm just going to keep it a buck. If you quit now that this is here, you're just giving us the coins for free. So please handle. Y'all have a safe weekend. Root for Zen, read a book about programming. I don't know. And see you next time. Peace.